For centuries, the seat had remained empty. A single obsidian chair in the heart of the Galactic Council chamber, reserved for a species known only as humanity. They were the great enigma, the silent member from a distant, turbulent sector of the galaxy. We, the assembled species, knew them only through third-hand reports and fragmented data tallies of a volatile, yet remarkably resilient people from a world they called Earth. They were considered primitive, too caught up in their own internal conflicts to ever reach the stars. The empty chair was a symbol, a gesture of hope that one day they would mature and join us. But patience, even on a galactic scale, has its limits. The motion was put forward by the Glythan hegemony, a species known for their rigid adherence to protocol and their disdain for anything they deemed disorderly. They argued, quite reasonably, that the chair represented a wasted vote, a stagnant hope that held the council back. Why reserve a place for a species that couldn't even unify its own planet? The debate was brief, sentimentality lost to pragmatism. With a near-unanimous vote, the decision was made. Earth's chair was to be removed. As the custodial drones hovered in to dismantle the seat, a strange sense of finality settled over the chamber. A chapter was closing. None of us could have predicted the one that was about to begin. The moment the last component of the chair was carried from the chamber, every single screen, every datapad, every communication relay in the council citadel flickered to life. A symbol appeared, one we'd never seen before, a simple blue and green sphere. Then, a voice. It was clear, calm, and resonated with an authority that sent a shiver through my own carapace. "This is Fleet Admiral Ava Rostova of the United Terran Mandate," the voice announced, cutting through the stunned silence. "We notice you've made some ... renovations. We hope we're not interrupting." On the main view screen, an image resolved. It was not a single primitive vessel. It was a fleet, thousands of them. Ships of designs we'd never imagined, bristling with technology that defied our understanding of physics. They weren't patchwork relics. They were sleek, menacing, and they had appeared out of nowhere, surrounding the Citadel system in a perfect, inescapable sphere of steel and fire. The Glythan ambassador was the first to speak, his mandibles clicking in disbelief. "This is impossible. Our long-range sensors, our warning networks, ... you cannot be here." The woman on the screen, Admiral Rostova, offered a thin, knowing smile. "Your sensors were looking for energy signatures, you understand. Warp drives, hyperspace lanes. We don't use those anymore. ... predictable." She leaned forward slightly, her gaze seeming to pierce through the screen and into the very soul of the council. "For generations we watched you. We listened to your debates, your judgments. We saw you label us as primitive, chaotic, unworthy. That empty chair wasn't a symbol of hope. It was a symbol of your arrogance. You never invited us. You reserved a seat for a pet you hoped to one day tame." Panic began to ripple through the chamber. The representatives of the mightiest empires in the galaxy were frozen, their faces a mixture of fear and utter bewilderment. How had they hidden this? How had a species confined to a single planet built a fleet that could challenge the combined might of the galaxy? The Admiral's voice cut through the rising murmur again. "You were right about one thing. We were chaotic. We fought. We struggled. We nearly destroyed ourselves a dozen times over. But from that chaos we learned. We learned to adapt, to innovate, to overcome not just each other, but the very laws of the universe you hold so sacred." She gestured to something off-screen. "You see, while you were building empires by conquering the weak, we were conquering things like scarcity, disease, and mortality. While you were debating trade tariffs, we were debating the ethics of rewriting reality. Your empty chair was a reminder of what you thought we were. Our arrival is a demonstration of what we've become." A collective gasp went through the assembly as the implications of her words sank in. They hadn't just mastered space travel. They had mastered existence itself. The Glythan ambassador, trying to reclaim some semblance of control, puffed up his chest. "By what right do you trespass in council space and issue these threats?" Admiral Rostova's smile vanished. Her expression became as cold and vast as the space between galaxies. Threats? Oh no, Ambassador. We're not making threats. We are a fact. The chaos you so disdained? It forged us. It made us unpredictable. And now, we're here to fill the seat you so kindly cleared for us. The screen showed the lead vessel, a ship larger than our entire citadel, its weapon ports glowing with an energy that made our sensors scream. We are not here to ask for a seat at the table, the Admiral declared, her voice echoing in the silent chamber. We are the table. The old rules are over. The age of silent observation is over. You wanted to know what happened to humanity? You judged a book by its blood-soaked cover. You thought our conflicts were our weakness. You were wrong. They were our crucible on the view screen. The thousands of human ships moved in perfect silent unison, a demonstration of coordination that no two species in the Council had ever achieved. The Admiral continued, her voice softening slightly, but losing none of its weight. We are not here for revenge. We are not here to conquer. That is your way, not ours. We are here to announce a new galactic charter, one based on actual cooperation, not condescension, one that protects the developing rather than ignoring them. You removed our chair because you thought we weren't ready. The truth is, you weren't ready for us. The blue and green sphere symbol replaced her face on the screen, pulsing gently. A new message appeared beneath it. It wasn't a request or a proposal, it was a notification. Galactic Council Charter Revision uploaded. Acknowledgement required. We looked around at each other, the old powers of the galaxy, now utterly powerless. We had dismissed humanity as a footnote, a failed experiment. In our arrogance, we never once considered that while we were staring at an empty chair, they were staring right back at us, building, planning, and waiting for the perfect moment to stand up. We thought we were the galaxy's authority. That day, we learned we were merely the history that came before. The age of humanity had begun. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more sci-fi from beyond the stars.